Hello class. Now in continuation of the atomic force microscopy technique, in the part 2 for week 5 I have given a block diagram of AFM operation. You can see there are the piezoelectric sensor that is in XY and Z. This XY and Z will give you the sensing of the sample in XY and Z direction, and this is the transducer that will sense the sample under a particular force of attraction or repulsion. There will be a comparative force given by the set force, and that comparative force will give further to the feedback controller. This feedback controller will send the image in the image display part, and this image display part will have the sense imaged from the Z piezo, and there will be an electronic setting for the XY raster also. So how it takes place we can study detail in further form in an easy way. Now next comes the mode of operation in atomic force microscopy technique. The mode of operation, there are three modes of operation, that is with contact, that is repulsive force, it is non-contact, that is weak attractive force, and tapping mode, strong, that is repulsive. For the contact mode, strong repulsive, we are having constant force or constant height, that is the force of interaction. And for the non-contact mode, we are having vibrating probe as the force of interaction, tapping mode as the vibrating probe for the force of interaction. Means these are the force of interaction that takes place under these mode of operation. Now what happens in the various mode? Let us come to know. What happens in the contact mode? As the name indicates that the tip of the probe always need the touching of the sample. That will always touch the sample. It will be always in contact with the sample. It has got high resolution image because it is very close to the sample surface, and it is fastest of all topographic modes. Topographic modes means the modes which are applicable to see that how the sample looks like. Clear? And because of repulsive force tips and sample may damage. Clear? This is the one of the bad thing about the contact mode. Sensitive to the nature of the sample. It is very sensitive. This mode is very sensitive to sample nature and not good for soft sample because it can pierce through the soft sample. Now what happens in the non-contact mode? In this, the signal to noise ratio means there are signals which can have noise also. So the signal to noise ratio benefits associated with the modulated signals. Means in this the signals are benefiting, the signal to noise ratio are benefiting when they are associated with the modulated signals. And oscillating modes can measure image with a small probe, small force. In this we require small probes at small force. See, in this diagram we can see that there is a sample and this probe is not in the actual contact mode with the sample. This input signal is given, which is a kind of a force which is given to the cantilever to go to the sample without being in actual contact. This is the laser which is in contact with the cantilever, and this radiation, whatever signal is received, the radiations are received to the photodiode, and there is a amplifier that changes the signal received in the photodiode and gives out in the output signal form. Clear? So this was about the non-contact mode. Let us come to know what happens in the tapping mode. In the tapping mode, no capillary effect is there, and amplitude signals are used as feedback. Whatever signals are coming out, see in this we are having the photodiode which is giving out the signals. Whatever signals are given out from the amplifier, they are given as the feedback to the piezoelectric. So, and it is used for imaging in air. So this was about the contact, non-contact and tapping mode. Next comes the limitations. Limitation is that of the AFM, that it is highly dependent on the AFM sensors or probes, and scanning speed is also a limitation for the atomic force microscopy technique, and it has got the limitation that it can maximum scan the height of the order of 10 to 20 micrometers, and area which can be scanned it is only about of 150 into 150 micrometers. Next is the application. Here we can see that this is used to image for more biological process such as imaging of proteins, it like ceramic materials, human cells, etc., and nanoparticles also can be imaged. So this was all about the atomic force microscopy technique. Here comes the end of the atomic force microscopy technique. In the next week we will study about the others microscopy technique along with X-ray diffraction and heterojunctions band structure. Thank you.